Here, the new flagship from Xiaomi, the Xiaomi 14. So this is the Xiaomi 14. Xiaomi announced this alongside the Xiaomi 14 Pro and a few other products. And I've been testing out the Xiaomi 14 for the last couple of days, experience with the hardware, the software, the all-important camera as well. I'm going to talk to you about that in this video to help you decide whether or not this is the right device for you. Right, let's kick things off with a talk about the design. So take a look at this. In the hands, it certainly looks and feels like a premium smartphone. And Xiaomi have really enhanced the design on the Xiaomi 14. First things first, on the back, you'll notice that large camera bump, and it's certainly noticeable. It takes up a lot of space on the back, but we'll talk more about the camera and the functions and features on that in a moment. But it comes in a range of different colors. I really like the white. I think it looks clean. I think it looks fresh, minimalistic. And I love what they've done with the side band. It's the stainless steel kind of finish, glossy finish. Bear in mind, this does look nice, but it does pick up fingerprints and it will also pick up scratches. So thankfully, Xiaomi have included a nice, simple, but very effective case right in the box to help keep your device protected. Now on the back, you also have a curvature to the glass back panel. And on the front here, you've got this really nice flat display. Now, the biggest difference between the Xiaomi 14 and the 14 Pro, one of the biggest differences is the display. So the display here is completely flat and it's a 6.36-inch OLED display as compared with the 14 Pro, which has a larger display, slightly larger resolution. But in terms of the screen refresh, it still supports 120 Hertz refresh, nice buttery smooth when you are scrolling through the different displays. And the vibrancy, punchiness in this display is certainly going to show when you're viewing content, playing games, all of that good stuff. One thing to be aware of, it's not a major issue, but be aware that camera bump really does stick out quite a fair bit. So if you want to keep it protected, you need to use a case. Now, something else I've been impressed with is for this compact size, I keep coming back to compact size, the speakers. So you've got a designated speaker down there at the bottom, and then the other speaker is basically using the earpiece. But overall, check this out. Listen to what it sounds like. It's pretty good. Quite loud, right? Considering the size. Let me know in the comments what you think of that. Now, the Xiaomi 14 is a compact smartphone. It's one of the most compact smartphones that you can get in this form factor, purely down to its size. But despite that, Xiaomi haven't compromised on performance, because in here you get the latest 4nm chipset, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor. That's paired up with 12 GB of RAM, and then you have a choice of 256 GB or 512 GB, and I have on the larger side, and it's more than enough for my needs. Now, using this day to day, I've been impressed. It's performed fluidly, as you would expect from a flagship device. Everything from multitasking to graphic intensive games, all the way through to the important gameplay experience has been nice throughout, so no complaints there. It also runs Android 14 and Xiaomi's new Hyper OS, essentially skin on top of that. And I like what Xiaomi are doing with this. It's cleaner, it's less bloatware inclined, which is a good addition. But there is one screen that really kind of annoyed me, and that can be edited. You can customize that for your liking, but out of the box, it just looks so, I don't know, complicated, a little too much on the display. And the fact that it also reminds me of what another operating system has. So other than that, I think Hyper OS is very good, and that combination with the performance is going to run very well for day-to-day use. All right, let's talk about the all-important camera now. So as far as this year's Xiaomi 14 is concerned, Xiaomi are collaborating with Leica for both the 14 and the 14 Pro. You get a similar triple camera setup on the 14 as you do on the 14 Pro, but with an important difference. So on the back, you get a triple camera setup. All of them are 50 megapixel cameras. and you get a primary, a telephoto, and the secondary for the ultra wide. Now, what's different between the 14 and the 14 Pro is on the 14 Pro, you get the Leica Sumilex variable aperture lens, whereas on the 14, you have the standard with OIS f1.6 for the primary. Now, overall, having used the camera system on the Xiaomi 14, I've actually been quite impressed with how it's performed. All of those three cameras do a very, very good job at picking out details, good accuracy when it comes to color, the white balance, the vibrancy. All in all, very impressed from these results. Leave your comments down below what you guys think of the images taken. And as you can see, I've tested all three of the cameras, the primary, the telephoto, and the ultra wide, and it's been quite consistent throughout when you compare the images taken. Okay, so this is an example of video. Now, surprisingly, the Xiaomi 14 will film 8K 24 frames per second, which is quite impressive. I'm currently filming 4K 30 frames per second just to keep it consistent with the rest of this video. But this will give you an idea of how the video performs. Mimi is set up as a nice little Jurassic Park over here with lots of little dinosaurs, and I start moving in and out. Should give you an idea of how it performs with indoor video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, and also what you feel about the audio quality as well. Okay, so here's a test using the front-facing selfie camera. 4K, going up to 60 frames, but again, I'm filming 4K 30 frames per second. And as I move around, should give you an idea. Again, let me know in the comments below what you think of the video quality of this. I think it does a good job generally getting the background, the colors, and also more importantly, the audio. How does the audio sound right now? So a quick chat about the battery. So obviously with the Xiaomi 14, it has a smaller footprint, therefore you're gonna have a smaller battery, and it reflected in the battery life as well. But you do have a 4,610 milliamp hour battery inside. That is about 2 to 3% improvement from the Xiaomi 13. But in terms of day-to-day use, I've managed to get just over a day, and that's with extensive use, testing features out, especially the camera as well. And it's done very well. You do get a 90-watt charger right out of the box, which means that according to Xiaomi, you're gonna get 0 to 100 in about 30 minutes, although it took me about 35 minutes to get that experience. You do have wireless charging in here as well, so that's also a cool feature to be included. I've been impressed with my time using the Xiaomi 14, but I do think if you need that larger device, the larger display, the variable lens, the slightly better battery life, then the Xiaomi 14 Pro is also worth considering. But don't get this twisted, the Xiaomi 14 is a very good flagship considered device in this compact form factor. I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this year's announcement generally from Xiaomi in terms of the 14, the 14 Pro. Are you excited to get your hands on this? Plus, for all the pricing information, availability information, I'll post it in the comments down below and also in the description so you can check that out. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out this next one. I'll see you over there. I'm M. Kwan. Hit subscribe, hit like, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace and blessings.